Our story begins in the mid-7th century, a time when diplomatic relations were first established. The Tang dynasty in China influenced Japan's Asuka period, leading to cultural and technological exchanges. However, this friendly relationship didn't last long. Fast forward to the late 16th century, the era of the Japanese invasions of Korea, also known as the Imjin Wars. This conflict was Japan's first large-scale military venture overseas, indirectly involving China as they came to Korea's aid. The wars ended in a stalemate but left a bitter taste that would linger for centuries. Next, we reach the First Sino-Japanese War in the late 19th century. Japan, emerging as a modernized nation, clashed with Qing dynasty China over control of Korea. This war ended with a clear Japanese victory, marking a shift in power dynamics in East Asia. The Second Sino-Japanese War in the 20th century was even more devastating. This was part of World War II and saw the infamous Nanking Massacre, where hundreds of thousands of Chinese civilians and disarmed soldiers lost their lives. This brutal act of violence continues to be a source of contention between the two nations. In the aftermath of World War II, China and Japan took different paths. Japan, under American influence, became a pacifist nation, while China, led by the Communist Party, emerged as a socialist state. Diplomatic relations were only fully restored in the 1970s, but the scars of history remained deep. In recent years, territorial disputes over the Senkaku or Diaoyu Islands have further strained relations. Both nations claim ownership of these islands, stirring up nationalist sentiments and causing diplomatic standoffs. So, what have we learned? The historical relationship between China and Japan is a complex tapestry woven with threads of cultural exchange, military conflicts, and political disparities. From the first diplomatic exchanges during the Tang dynasty to the current territorial disputes, the relationship has been marked by periods of peace and conflict. Even today, the past continues to shape the future. History is not just a series of events. It's a living, breathing entity that influences our present. The historical relationship between China and Japan serves as a stark reminder of how past conflicts can echo into the future, shaping the dynamics of power, politics, and people. In understanding this history, we gain insights into current tensions and perhaps a glimpse into what the future might hold for these two Asian giants. History doesn't always repeat itself, but it often rhymes. And in the verses of China and Japan's shared history, we find a tale of power, conflict, and resilience.